While I cursed and shouted and she screamed, my daughter put her headphones on, wearing a look of desperation that broke my heart. My name is Coach Bruce, and I'm a life coach for ADHD parents. And today I'm starting something new. This is Script Free Sunday, and I'm just going to use that first statement as a prompt to tell the truth. Um, Generally, I don't write very formulated scripts, but I wanted to just speak from the heart in a way that is just raw and is about something that's important to me. As a life coach, I've learned a lot. I've learned how to solve problems for other people. I've learned how to get in people's deepest, darkest moments. And the reason why I'm good at that is because I'm okay getting in my deepest, darkest moments with them. If I was afraid to share how fucked up my life has been at times, I wouldn't be able to help them work through their worst situations. So, my wife and I used to fight so much, screaming at the top of our lungs. I've punched through doors, I've broken stuff. She has thrown stuff at my head and has hurled the most awful expletives my way. This is bad enough just in how we treated each other, but when you add to the fact that there are four children in our house, it makes it at least four times worse. I would say many, many more times than that. But when you live in a house with two ADHD adults and neither of them has any idea what the fuck they're doing, you find that there are a lot of really high, extremely high emotional confrontations. And what I learned from this after many, many, many different experiences is that I watched my child develop the coping mechanisms that defined who I became, putting on headphones and trying to struggle through. I still do that today. And I didn't want that for my daughter, but I didn't know how to stop it. I would see her grab her headphones because the conversation was getting tense between me and her mom. And instead of having some sort of plan or some sort of any sort of way to break the tension that was coming, I just became paralyzed inside of my body and almost left myself to watch it happen anyways. I saw my daughter struggling. I wanted so badly for her not to be hurt. Yet I would continue on with this argument that was never going to do anything to improve any situation. How many times have you screamed at your spouse and got the result that you wanted? Like, really got it long term. I know that there was a lot of stuff that I did because my wife screamed at me or because I screamed at her that would stop after a week or two because I never even heard what I was being screamed about. Whenever you're not able to have a conversation that is guided by genuine care and thought and principles of having a conversation, most of it is lost. There's a lot of words hurled around, a lot of emotion exchanged, but no real dialogue happens. So both people come away feeling equally unheard, equally unseen, and both pretty shitty. And also, you've brought your kids along for that ride. This is difficult for me to talk about because this isn't over. Just because I've become pretty good at life coaching doesn't mean I never fight with my wife anymore. It doesn't mean I'm always able to catch myself whenever I'm doing the wrong thing. So it hurts to admit that I see the pain in my kid's face. But talking about that pain is what encourages me to get better faster. Admitting it, talking about the real relevant facts and feelings of being a poor example of communication for my children, it hurts. But that pain encourages me to do better. It's so easy to pretend like it's okay and do nothing about it whenever you don't talk about it. When you take those feelings and you push them down as deep as possible and you don't engage with them, it's easy to pretend like it's okay. But when you start to tell the truth and you start to engage with your deepest emotions, the things that make you ashamed, fearful, guilty, afraid, angry, you start to have a real relationship with them and you feel them and they hurt or they make your skin crawl or you see the heartbreak in your child's face and you actually take a moment to analyze that versus just immediately shoving it down or pushing it away or casting it aside. It hurts. And that pain is what makes me want to do better immediately. That pain is what makes me want to grow faster and go farther as soon as possible because she deserves better. Every child out there deserves the best we can absolutely deliver. Not it's okay, because it's not. Okay is not good enough for them. Good is not good enough for them. They deserve great, getting greater. They deserve the very best. We'll train for positions and jobs that we hate. We'll train to get thinner, fitter, better looking. We won't do anything to be a better parent. We might read half a book. We might watch a YouTube video. But how hard are you working to give your children what they deserve? They deserve the world. But the least you can do is do your best. That's what I'm doing. And I want to help as many people as I possibly can do the same. Lucky for me, I'm able to work through some of my issues and figure out how I can do better versus hitting my head on the same wall over and over again, like I used to, paralyzed to do better. I've learned well enough to help somebody who's where I was 2 years ago, having constant fights, unable to express with any sort of clarity what it is that they expect from their spouse, what they expect from their children, what they expect from themselves, what they want for their lives. Because that's what it all comes down to. All these expectations that you have from everybody else that you can't actually put into words is because you don't want or you don't know what you want. That's what I help people do is I help them clarify and define what they want so then we can build a plan and strategize on how to get there. When you don't know where you're trying to go, you can't draw a map to get there. Period. It's impossible. Take some time. Think about it. But the worst part about it is you right now don't have the capacity to solve the problems that you created in the state that you're in. You have to expand. You have to train yourself. You have to extend your knowledge or you have to ask for help. You don't have the capacity to do it. I'll help you. I'll either direct you to the resources you need or I will be the resource you need. But make a change, make an effort, give your kids the parent that they deserve. All right. Have a great day. I'll talk to you tomorrow.